Your jokes aren't working. Well, here is how to fix them. Hi, I'm Gav. I've been doing stand-up comedy in Australia for over 26 years now, and I've watched a lot of open mic. I've obviously performed a lot of open mic myself, and I've written a lot of jokes. Here's why your jokes probably aren't working. First and foremost, surprise! You've got to have a surprise. The more surprising a joke is, the bigger the laughs are going to be. 9 times out of 10, the trigger inside the joke is a surprise. And if your jokes aren't surprising enough, they're not going to get the laughs. A joke has 2 parts. It has a setup and it has a punchline. If you're not sure about how that works, I've got another video that explains that for you. Your punchline has to be surprising. The basic equation is the more surprising the punchline is, the more laughs you're going to get. So if you're not getting laughs on a joke, chances are it's just not surprising the audience enough. Laughter is an involuntary biological response to a stimuli. And in most cases, the stimuli we use in comedy is surprise. Have a look at the setup of your joke. If your setup is giving away the joke or revealing too much, people may not be surprised when you reveal your punchline. If they see the joke coming, they're not going to laugh because they're not going to be surprised. And if they're not surprised, their body is not going to have that response to the surprise, which is the biological reaction of a laugh. So we have to optimize that surprise. If you think about a joke, the setup of a joke, as hiding behind a corner. You know, when you're hiding behind a corner to jump out and scare somebody, hopefully you're doing that in a fun way and not in a creepy way. But anyway, if you're hiding behind a corner to jump out, there's a few things that are going to make that work. First and foremost, the person you're trying to scare can't see you behind the corner. If they see you behind the corner, they're not going to be very surprised when you jump out and go, boom. So you'll want to make sure that you're well hidden behind that corner. You've also got to time that moment of jumping out to get the scare to be really effective. So it's important with your joke to make sure that the timing and the reveal happen at the most optimum time to get the biggest scare or laugh. If you jump out too early, you probably ruin the surprise a bit. Maybe they'll still jump, but it's not going to be as powerful as if you jumped out a little bit later. If you jump out too late, of course, that's not going to work either. If they've already seen you and the surprise isn't there. So you've got to optimize the surprise, the timing. That's where the timing of the joke comes in, is when do you jump out and do that scare. So if you try to think of your jokes in terms of that, we're looking for a surprise and we're looking for the optimum timing of that surprise. So there you go. I hope it's helpful. Like, follow, share.